coming at me, yo. It was coming at me, yo.
You attacked the shit out of him.
It was coming at me. The guy was coming at me crazy.
What?
Yeah. Wait, I was moving. Take the ball.
Right now, Matty.
On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second, it's time for MattieC's Sports for you and me.
All right, everybody, MattieC Sports for you and me. I got a guest here. This dude's a beast. I'm telling you, this dude's just ready to go. I got Raging Sage Philippe, right?
Yeah.
Or Philippe. Okay. How you doing this morning, man?
Yeah, just, the usual, and everything's pretty routine with me. So, and having some breakfast and getting my day started, basically.
Sounds good. So, you got a fight coming this October 29th at Cage Titans against pretty much a guy who's been with Cage Titans for a little bit, Marty Navis. So how do you feel coming into this fight?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all these Cage Titan guys, I don't know if you saw my last interview, but I've been chasing all their welterweights, for the longest, since like my amateur days. So when I got the call from Marty, I mean, I didn't negotiate. I told him, yeah, let's take this fight. Let's do it. Like, I'm ready to go. I was ready, 2-3 weeks ago when I took the fight. And that's pretty much where I'm at mentally as far as my space. I've been chasing this guy, and now he's finally got him cornered.
Okay. Well, this could be the one, man, that, you come into Cage Titans and you make the name for yourself over here in Plymouth. Well, I'm not in Plymouth, but make your name around this area. It's good to see around that way because a lot of Worcester guys and Springfield guys are coming out, and me and you discussed with Hassan Graham. You know him well, and you guys are making a name for yourselves over here. Do you feel better that you're not just in that area, you're branching out this way? Like, I know you're with Combat FC and now Cage Titans. How do you feel about this area and how the community is over here?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the Boston area. So, obviously when I moved out to Western Mass for college, I ended up staying, and I wanted to fight back in, where I basically was raised. But again, I basically wasn't fighting fights. So that's why I fought mostly in the New York market. And I basically, it was just because of my options, what I had at the time. But I'm super excited to be fighting in the area. Obviously, this is the home of New England, right? So this is where most of the fighters are as far as the region, as far as ranked wise. So I'm excited. I'm excited to hit this circuit and introduce myself. A lot of people saying they don't know who I am. Marty's saying he doesn't know who I am. He's gonna know who I am after October 29th.
And that's the best. That's like the thing that people don't know about is the guy who is unknown. Like you're lurking in the dark, and then boom, here you are, and then whoa, this guy, whole new realm is coming. Because most of your posts are, you training and going to work pretty much. So, I see a lot of guys that come out of that area that are tough dudes. And like you said, it's two choices. You either got New York you got Massachusetts, of course, but then, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want to drive 4 hours to Vermont or Maine. I'm sorry, but
Right.
no, there's some tough guys up there. But so with this fight, is this fight mean more to you than the others, or is it just another fight to you?
No, every single fight that I take, I mean, is of the highest caliber and the highest level. I mean, just look at my record. Obviously, my pro start is extremely slow as far as my wins and my losses, but that's because I'm fighting the best, you know, and I'm more concerned about developing myself and getting to the level that I know I'm capable of. So as far as Marty's concerned, I mean, yeah, he's a great fighter, great record, but I'm used to fighting guys like that. That's all I fight. So so it excites me. It gets me up in the morning. You know, I get up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning to get my training, get my work in. So fighting fighters like this is just a norm for me, So it excites me, just like all my other fights do. And it's the next best fight. That's how I look at it.
And that's the problem with certain, like I talked to a boxer actually about this, is there's the casual MMA fan, and then there's the regulars. Like the regulars know each person, they know what they're doing. Whereas the casual is like, I want to see a knockout, or I want to see a big choke, or I want to see somebody like really get fucked up. But that's not the actuality. You could win on a quick tap. Like I feel like there's a misconception by both sports actually, or even any combat sports period. I mean, do you feel the same way about that type of thing?
No, I mean, as far as I was having this conversation last night with one of my teammates about what we're actually out there to do in the cage. A lot of fighters, and they tend to forget that we're there to do a job. You understand? And I had to mentally basically wire myself for the pro league. And I understand like this is an amateurs. Okay. I mean, wins and losses, absolutely that's important, but you gotta leave an impression in that cage. You have to leave an impression in that cage. So when I train, when I'm mentally, getting ready for a fight, the only thing I'm mainly concerned with is taking out my opponent, finishing my opponent, whatever way it may be. I'm not really trying to do anything else. I'm not trying to stall for time. I'm not trying to survive. It's another thing Marty said about me, and I'm going to make a paper to call me a survivor. It's out of his freaking mind. And it's not, for me, it's, as far as my perspective on it, is the fans, they're there to see something special. Okay, that's what they're paying for. And as fighters, our job is to deliver that your way, whatever way that is. So if you're a submission specialist, if you're kickboxing, whatever you specialize in, or you're just overall fantastic MMA fighter, but you're there to put on a show. And that's what the job's about. That's what we sign up to do as fighters. And some guys get real consumed about other things, and I'm never gonna basically change my mentality towards that. I'm not trying to play safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to play it safe in there. I'm there to go, balls to the wall. I'm in there to do the job. So is that, that's really the mentality. Yeah, you got your casuals that really have no clue what they're watching, right? They don't understand, the intricacies of mixed martial arts and incorporating different arts and jiu-jitsu, wrestling. They don't understand that. What they're there to see is action. They're there to see action. They're there to see something that they can't see anywhere else. And it's our job to deliver that, whatever way you do that. Every fighter is different. That's what makes it so special. Everybody's got their own way of doing something, right? And that's really what the focus should be about. And that's what we're here to do.
And I agree with you, just because, people, again, look at people like people's records, like some guys 15 and 16. Like, it's not about the record. Some dudes can bang. And like you yourself said, guys like you can go into a match and be like, and, be proud of themselves and speak. Like, you're not fighting trash fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fighting elite competition, and that's the thing. And that's what I don't like about some things with the MMA game, is like, oh, well, look at his record. Okay, look at his record, but see who he's fought in the cage. See who he's fought in the ring. It's a different misconception that people see. And I've checked out your stuff, and you you for sure can bang.
Definitely, definitely.
So I mean, like with this, with Cage Titans, how do you feel about the organization itself?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I've been chasing Mike for a long time, because they're the premier show. You understand? They're the premier show in this region, in my opinion. Obviously, you got different promotions that are incorporated with CES, but if you ever actually been to a Cage Titan event, you're gonna understand that it's a totally different experience than any
Oh
other promotion.
yeah, oh yeah.
You know?
Nothing against CES, but it's
Right,
like
right, right,
it's like
exactly.
my thing is like I respect CES. I've worked with them before. Is CES is more like they're good with the MMA game, but they're also huge with the boxing game because that's where they started.
Right.
So like that's a new thing. But Cage Titans, and yeah, I've done since Cage Titans 50, I've done events there for the media. So that's 5 shows. I mean, and
Right.
I always want to come back for more. I'm always hungry to see like who's next, who's this. And then when I see a person went on that's come on my show, I'm like, yeah, I interviewed that guy. Yeah, I interviewed that woman. So
Right.
it's good stuff. So I mean, obviously you love the atmosphere there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a fighter's dream, honestly, to be quite honest with you, because this is another thing I was talking to my teammate about. If you don't have the fans, we're just fighting for free, right? So
Yeah,
we're just
yeah,
fighting for
yeah.
free. I mean, realistically, right? So when you're in that environment and you got, the house packed and they're warring, you got to feed the beast. You got to feed the beast.
Yep.
So the fans, they're gonna love me, because I bring action. I bring action, and I'm looking for the finish. And I'm basically gonna show them things that they haven't seen before. As far as my skill set, what I'm able to do, because I'm well-rounded everywhere. I can wrestle, I can strike, I can kick, I can do everything. So it's gonna be exciting. I'm super thrilled about showcasing myself to the Cage Titan fans.
So you're telling me you're gonna pack the Memorial Hall with about the DCU crowd, like getting around that range, like DCU Center style.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the fans is. I tell you something. The first time I was there, this was back probably maybe 2 or 3 years ago. For one of my teammates' fights, Ali Zevian, and I've been a ton of venues, right? Bellator, I mean, you name it, right? I mean, these guys they got real, out there in Mohegan Sun, they got a big venue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been to a venue that I'm standing in the line for 30 minutes to go use the restroom. For 30 minutes, that's how long the line was. And I'm sitting there telling myself, I was like, man, listen, I gotta fight here. I have to fight here. So it's just one of those things that you kind of really honestly like dream of as far as showcasing yourself,
Right.
and like I said, I can't wait to see that packed venue. It's always packed, and I can't wait to be in it.
And it's funny you say go after Mike because Mike's hard to catch because that dude's drinks
Right.
so much Monster Energy drink. I've never seen somebody drink so much. So that's why
Right.
he's always on the go. So
Exactly. So yeah,
but if you catch
Mike's
him in a
again,
quick
he's awesome.
second.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, Mike's awesome. Like I said, I've had multiple conversations with him. Actually,
Can I
Billy
pause
Bob,
for a second, bro?
yeah. To be honest with you, what would you say? I mean, it's up to you. You can follow up. I think we were talking about Cage Titans and fighting there.
Yeah, just about coming into Cage Titans, you feel comfortable and it's packed house and
Yeah.
you're fighting a name that's big over here
Right.
with Marty Navis. So like, you're basically there to show the Cage Titans world, hey, I'm gonna stay here.
Right.
I get this done, and you probably come back. I mean, that's how electric that atmosphere is, and like That's like I said, I've done five of the fights so far. So it's like it's unbelievable. Like if I didn't like it, I wouldn't come back.
Right.
But the organization itself is so well too. Mike takes care of us. He takes care of the vendors, like whatever the case may be.
Right. Right. No, you're hitting it right on the nail. You know, like I said, I've been around it, I've been observing it, and it's just honestly like one of the checklists off my bucket list, to be quite honest with you. You know, and I'm excited to be in this circuit. You know, you guys again, K-Shan's got a ton of welterweights. You know, Trevor Goody, Sean Lally. I mean, these are the guys like I'm dying to get my hands on. You know, so and I really just again put that show on because I know these guys are gonna bring it. You understand? I know I'm not going against boring fighters. That's the main thing why I'm really excited to fight these guys. Not just because I think I can beat them. It's because their style of fighting. You know, they're not in there to do anything else but the job. You get what I'm saying? So
Right. Yep.
So it's just one of those things.
And those are some big names here in Cage Titans and big around here, like Sean Lally and his brand. Trevor's rose from Amis over to Cage Titans to what he is now.
Scarecrow.
Yeah, different. Yeah, Scarecrow. Yep. Different result than he expected, but you know, humble dude, right. Wicked chill. But you know, and I feel like Cage Titans is a family. It's not like, well, that guy sucks and that guy's an asshole. Like people have that misconception too that, you know, everybody hates each other. It's not like most of it the time now people shake hands or other ones just want to start shit just to be funny, you know? So, you know, I'm psyched to see you fight, and that's why I contacted you, and that's why it's going to be a super good fight.
No, definitely. Like I said, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate getting on your show and talking fighting because this is all I talk about. You know,
I love it too, man. They say because I'm a whole wide array of sports, but they're like you interview too much boxing and MMA. I was like, because they're the coolest people. They're mad chill. I don't have to sign a contract for God's sake to talk to these people.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Fighters definitely got a different mentality. Let me tell you that. You know, just a different kind of breed of people. But yeah, you know, I'm like I said, I just can't tell you how thrilled I am. You know, I was jumping. You know, when I got the contract, I was so thrilled. You know, for many reasons. You know, not just for the opponent. You know, Cage Titans. You know, playing in front of the crowd. The whole bit. You know, the whole bit. Watching these different characters. You know, showcase who they are. You know, that's what you're doing in that cage, right? It's you know, you're showcasing yourself. You know, and I'm excited about it all.
And tell me the tree hugging. Tell me about that. You knew that was coming, right?
No tree hugging. No cross sniffing. All right. The whole tree hugging thing. Listen, I understand the mentality, right? Because I don't know if you watch some of my fights. When I first started, I've only been fighting and training for 6 years, not long whatsoever. And when I first started, I had just the basics, right? Basics jiu-jitsu, basics wrestling. I didn't know how to strike. I didn't know how to do anything. So I was like, you know what? I was fighting these really good guys. So I'm like, let me just try to go out for the win and hugging the guy, holding the guy down. And then it came to a point where I realized, man, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, right? And this is when I started to, again, understanding what we're there to do. You know, the fans are not there to pay for that. It's bullshit. And then I ended up having to put more work in the gym. Like I said, getting up at 4:30 in the morning to do my running and do my shadow boxing, doing my stuff so I can go out there and put on a respectable show, you know? And so the whole tree hugging thing is, I've been getting these really high level like grapplers, right? These brown belts and these black belts, and I'm a white belt. Like I said, I've only been doing this 6 years. And these guys are like terrified of me, right? Every time we start exchanging, it's immediately they're trying to hold me and they're trying to sniff my crotch, especially like my last fight. And they're tree hugging, you know, they go to the gym and instead of working on different things, they spend freaking 4 or 5 hours, you know, hugging somebody's leg, you know, and And it's not a knock to grappling. Like I said, if you're a submission specialist, you go in there and you're submitting people and you're attacking, that's different. But when you're sitting there using your size or, holding somebody for dear life, I mean, you're a freaking tree hugger. You might as well be hugging trees, and that's how I look at it. That's just what it is what it is. So that's kind of where the term coined, as far as like tree hugging, it's not crotch sniffing. And I just started rambling on about it, honestly, because it's the fans are not paying to see that. They got the internet for that. They want to see two guys hugging each other as tight as they can, so and that's that. So I challenged Marty. All right. I said, the first one who shoots is a rotten egg. All right. It's a rotten egg. But the beautiful thing about Marty is that I don't expect him to do any of that. I would be shocked, honestly. If he does, he does, but that's just not who he is as a fighter. That's just not his style. So I'm excited to not be fighting a tree hugger or a crotch sniffer.
Good. I like it though, because people need to utilize that saying. That's it. No tree hugging.
No tree hugging. That's not what we're here to see. All right. They got trees for that. Or do that somewhere else.
I won't think the same as a tree again.
Right.
So what is there any like songs that you wanting to walk out to, or you undecided right now?
I can't give that away. It's a special treat.
All right.
Yeah, so you got Halloween, right? So it's a special treat to walk out, special treat.
Yeah, I mean, I said that to Hassan. I said, yeah, you should do something from New York like Jay-Z. And what does he do? He brings out a live rap singer from Springfield, and he starts rocking the house. And I'm like, well, he definitely beat what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he was thinking outside the box, and for me, as far as like my walkout, I'll give you a couple hints. I'm a big horror guy, right? I love my horror flicks.
Horror guy.
All right.
Okay.
I'm a 90s kid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm special walkout. It's a special walkout. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait for it.
I'm thinking of a 80s song, kind of, not really horror, but kind of like in that mix. Right. I won't reveal what I say till I see you at the fight.
Right.
And if you play it, I was like, I predicted right.
Yeah. This is it's gonna be incorporated with my whole little the performance, the gimmick. You know what I'm saying? So,
got you.
So it's gonna be loads of fun.
You got any merch you're gonna throw out there, or you're not sure yet?
No, not totally, totally sure yet, honestly. But honestly, like I said, this fight was kind of pretty sudden, so everything's been like a rush, putting everything together. So we'll see come fight night.
And one of my final questions to you, and well, actually two. So with you, do you like do you expect like there to be like a full out war with Marty, or you really gonna be like strategic with it? Like, do you think it's gonna be a tough one, or like you think this is gonna be a good battle? Like one's not bigger than the other type of deal.
No, yeah, I get the question. I mean, with this particular fight, I get to just be myself. You understand? I get to be myself. I can go out there and fight and not really have to worry about anything else. As far as strategy, yeah, my last fight, I had to be extremely strategic, obviously, right? You're talking about a 6'3", black belt, right? So you got to be extremely strategic, because a lot of things you can fall into traps or make mistakes. You understand? But as far as Marty's concerned, no, I expect a slugfest. I expect this man to exchange with me. I expect him to exchange with me. And when that happens, you guys will see magic happen. And like I said, I said it, in my last interview, first round decapitation, and again, all respect to Marty, but that's what I'm there to do. I'm there to take him out 100%. First round. I'm not looking to go 3 rounds with him. That's not my mentality. I'm not looking at that. He talked about us having a battle and I'm a survivor and all this bullshit. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna totally take you out. First round, fight's over, fight's done. And like I said, this is the first fight. My debut. Again, I fought a really good guy, and I was really able to showcase a lot of my skill sets there. But nobody really watched that fight. It didn't make Fight Pass. So this is really the first fight you're gonna get to see me really just unload as far as my ability, as far as striking. But yeah, no, that's to answer your question. That's really it. I'm there to take him out 150%. First round, not looking for second round, third. No, I'm there to take him out 100%.
All right, man. And my last question really is, so where did your nickname Raging come from?
Yeah, so that was at the gym. And it's so funny because, again, one of my teammates is Ali Zevian, and I came up with his nickname, the VIP. He had an anabolic before, and when we're always training, when we were sparring, we spar pretty hard. We're kind of really old school with the sparring, which I don't recommend to some of the new school fighters. But again, this is what we were doing when we first started. So we sparred really hard, and the more he kept hitting me, the more mad I got. He would always say, "Raging Sage, Raging Sage, Raging Sage," and I'm like, why does he keep freaking calling me that? And then we have our chalkboard at the gym, with the list of fighters, and he puts in big parentheses, Raging Sage. I'm like, I gotta run with it. I got no choice.
Yeah.
The name that was given. So shout out to Ali Zevian. He's the one that coined it. He's the one that pushed it. So we're gonna go with it. I don't got anything else, honestly.
So, is there any sponsors you want to shout out, man?
Yeah, as far as right now, I got obviously, the gyms that I train at, Underground MMA. All right, shout out to Underground MMA of the team. Shout out to Whitley's Boxing. Shout out to Grizzlies Wrestling. Okay, that's where I get all my wrestling work in. And obviously all those, all my fans, all the people that support me. And obviously, in the last months, yourself for having me on today, and talking fighting, talking cage tie-ins, and I'm so psyched again to be a part of the community and to showcase myself on the 29th. I'm gonna do big things that night, and introduce myself to the world, really.
Awesome, and I'll be glad to see you. And can't wait to see you fight. So yeah. I really appreciate you coming on the show. You're always welcome. I always consider people family on my show, so I appreciate it. Is there any social media you have that you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I got myself my Facebook and my Instagram. I got to get into everything else. Like I said, I'm a '90s kid, right? So I'm kind of stuck with the basics, but I got to get the Twitter going and all these other platforms. But right now, I just got the Facebook and the Instagram. You can find me at Sage Philippe. And I'll follow back.
Sure did. Very quick response from you, man. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Sage, Raging, Philippe, and me, MattieC Sports. October 29th, be there. You don't want to miss out on this dude because him and Marty are gonna have a fight. No tree hugging bullshit.
No. We banging, baby. We banging.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching MattieC Sports for you and me. Make sure to follow Matty Cameron on Twitter at MattCameron23, or follow him on Instagram at MattieC23, or subscribe to his YouTube channel, MattieC Sports for you and me. Once again, thanks for watching.